Granny or Granny? Granny. Okay, Granny and Martha. Not the way it's spelled. Right. So they never call it by you. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah, we got your
Okay. Oh, hold on. Nope. I don't know if we need to. There you go.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm Wendy Harrison. I'm the chair of the Senate Institutions Committee and one of the sponsors of Kids Code, which we are here to celebrate. And with me is the vice chair of Senate Institutions, Senator, I almost called him, Senator Plunkett. Sorry. I'm going to do that one again, actually, if that's okay. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. We're here to celebrate the adoption of Kids Code, also known as Age-Appropriate Design Code, by the Vermont Senate, the House, and the Governor. And I am Wendy Harrison. I am the chair of the Institutions Committee of the Senate, and with me is Rob Plunkett, who is the vice chair of the Senate. The bill started in the Senate, and it passed out of the Senate in a 25-5 vote, which we were very happy to get, and then went to the House, and the speakers from the House will explain what happened in their chamber, but the process of this bill showed how important kids are and the safety of kids to both parties, to all three parties, to both chambers, and to the legislature and to the governor. We approached this legislation because we had to stop the harm that the international social media companies are knowingly doing to our children. And it's hard to hear the details, but it's crucial that we know what we're up against and what they are doing. For example, TikTok's algorithm is so addictive that kids become unable to sleep, to eat, or to look other people in the eye. That is not an allegation. It's an admission of a TikTok employee, his message to management. Similar evidence from corporate communications and legal proceedings show that Snapchat specializes in providing access to middle school girls. And Instagram is the go-to for exploiting the vulnerabilities of high school athletes to the extreme of encouraging on-camera suicides. The Kids Code complements the legislation that would prohibit cell phones in schools. Kids Code will protect our kids when they're not in school, for example, by prohibiting push notifications between midnight and 6 a.m. Big Tech sent more than 100 lobbyists into our state house. They said they were concerned for Vermont businesses. And neither they nor Vermont business organizations can name even one Vermont business that would be negatively impacted by Kids Code. Front Porch Forum was mentioned as a possibility, but Front Porch Forum supported the bill and already abides by its requirements for both kids and adults. And we do care about our businesses. We want them to be successful. And the bill was extended to 2027 to give the Attorney General's office and the businesses a chance to tweak the bill if necessary. I want to mention one more thing. Earlier this year, adults began suddenly receiving from Instagram and X videos of murders and animal abuse and other images of extreme violence. These are the videos that middle schoolers had been receiving for years. However, within days of media coverage about this, so when adults began receiving the videos stopped. This shows that the companies can stop the harmful feeds if they choose to do so. However, they have chosen not to protect our kids, so we chose to make them do it.
Thank you, Senator Harrison. As the Senator mentioned, I'm Senator Robert Plunkett. And this is my first term in the Senate, and I'm going to be using a device for my speech because these devices are something that's important for us. These are things that help us. These are things that actually make our lives better. But what we have seen is that big tech just doesn't care when it comes to our children. And big tech is too big to care. And here, as a Vermonter, as a parent, and as a legislature, I'm proud of what we've done. The importance of the age-appropriate design code law, this law cannot be overstated. This is the bill that I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, this is what I was most proud of. It was my first term, and this is what we did. This term has been about children. We have the education bill that we're talking about right now. We have this bill, we have the phones out of schools bill. And so this has been a session that has been focusing on the children, and this bill is something that I am going to be most proud of, and we should all be proud of as Vermonters. Thank you. And I'm going to be yielding back to Senator Harrison.
Thank you. And I'm proud. It's wonderful. Thank you. And so now we will hear from our partners in the House, Representative Marcotte and Representative Granig. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chair Harrison and Vice Chair Plunkett. Right from the beginning, this has been a concerted effort between the Senate, the House, the Attorney General's office, and the administration. Make no mistake about it, the issues that we face when we're talking about data privacy as a whole continue, and we will continue to work together to try to come to some consensus. But when it comes to protecting our children, we're all on the same page. We all work together, and S.69 is the product of that. The governor signed it last Thursday. It now will go into effect in 2027. We took a little different approach to this bill than we did last session, and we're probably better off for it. We had the opportunity to understand what the lawsuits were against California's law, and we redesigned our law, our S.69, because what these platforms are products. They're products that affect our children, no different than a car seat or toys that affect our children. Do we not regulate those? We certainly do, and it's up to us now to make sure that we're regulating these algorithms, making sure that push notifications are reduced to our children, and the endless scrolling that really hooks them onto these platforms. We heard a lot of testimony from children that have been harmed. Vermont children. No more. We'll continue to work on these bills to make sure that our children stay safe, and that we will continue to work on data privacy and work together to come up with a way of protecting all Vermonters when it comes to their data. So with that, I want to again thank my committee, especially Representative Monique Priestley, who's been the real spark plug to this whole effort on data privacy. And I want to thank again the Senate and for all of their work. And now I'll turn it over to Vice Chair Granig.
Thank you and good afternoon. I don't have a lot to say. I just need to say that this is a first step for us. It's a necessary step, and protecting our kids is why I came here. I'm so proud of the work that we did together with both chambers. I'm so proud that we were able to find consensus with the administration and move forward with this bill. And I am so appreciative of all of the people who worked on this in the House, in the Senate, and all across the state. So thank you, everyone, and I'm going to turn the platform over to the Attorney General's office. Yep.
Good afternoon, I'm Todd Delos here on behalf of Attorney General Charity Clark. Stand this way. For a long time, the Attorney General has focused on the importance of data privacy and on protecting youth. especially with the growing mental health crisis going on in Vermont, particularly for teens. In October of 2024, last fall, the Attorney General sued Meta to protect Vermont's young people from the harms that Instagram poses, and that we've heard from Senators Harrison and Plunkett and from Representatives Marcotte and Granning. Because Meta designed Instagram to be addictive, and they've been deceptive about how that platform operates and how unsafe it actually is. Part of that work, and the Attorney General's office has also subsequently sued TikTok for similar behaviors that we heard, again, Senator Harrison detailing. The reality is that big tech is not focused on the health and well-being of our children or our communities. Big tech is focused on the bottom line. We can't rely on the industry to police itself, and so through the actions of the Attorney General's office and through the actions of the legislature and the governor, and the passage and signing of S.69 into law, our hope is that we continue to regulate in a way that enables our children to be safe online, enables our children to use devices, as Senator Plunkett pointed out, in their day-to-day activities, but in a way that is safe, in a way that prevents some of the harms we are seeing, and in a way that prevents the data that our children are inputting, and that is truly how these devices, these platforms pay for their services, is by collecting, storing, and using the data that our children are putting into them, and we as consumers. And so the Attorney General's office is here to celebrate the passage of S.69 and really continue to focus the attention rightly on the need to protect children and protect the data and privacy of all Vermonters. So we really appreciate the work of the legislature on this and look forward to continuing to work on this issue going forward. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Claire Zanstra. I'm 14 years old and from Topsom, Vermont.
And hello, I am Aiden Otterman. I am 16 and also a resident of Topsom.
Aiden and I are here not only in our capacity as members of the Vermont State Youth Council, but in our capacity as teens who will greatly benefit from the Kids Code bill.
We're excited for Kids Code because it will protect young Vermonters against the threat posed by unregulated social media apps like Snapchat and TikTok.
This bill sets an example of digital safety that the rest of the country should follow. It's also beneficial to the state, as Vermont is perceived as a great place to grow up in, and with the protections outlined in the bill, that image can only grow.
As a teen who has been personally affected by the lack of default safety precautions for minors online, I am beyond thankful for how Kids Code will reshape how social media apps protects its younger generations.
To end, we want to extend a huge thank you to Representative Priestley and all her colleagues for their hard work in trying to make Vermont a safer place for teens and youth.
My name is Jonathan Pekarsky.
My name is Caitlin Cherry.
We are here with the Designer for Us Coalition as representatives. Personally, I think today is worthy of celebration in that Vermont has succeeded in fulfilling perhaps the only obligation of a modern society. It protects its youth and its most vulnerable. I hope moving forward, the state continues to look to this accomplishment as we legislate and control the actions of unfathomable social media companies.
As a young Vermonter who is currently studying AI and technology, I am very proud of Vermont for taking this next step and setting a precedent for the rest of the U.S. and the other states. As we see the evolution of technology, it is important that we protect our young people, especially as this problem continues to be exacerbated by our technology that is produced by big tech. And I'm proud to say that we have taken this necessary first step. Thank you.
I'm Representative Monique Priestley. I just want to thank everybody behind me. I am super proud of the way that everyone came together in this building across party lines and across chambers and just in all of the ways that you united us. On Friday, we already are seeing big tech threatening to come after this bill, and I think everybody is ready to stand up for that and stand up for this bill and to stand up for our kids. And I'm really excited that we didn't back down and that we really showed up. And I think across the country, there's people in this building that have been helping. The AG was amazing. Both our chambers were amazing. And then there was also just collective energy from across the country from people who are experts in this and expert in the First Amendment. And all of them say, like, this is the right thing to do. We're going to protect kids by making design safer and from really stopping the exploitation of kids by addicting them to our screens. So I'm just super proud of everyone and thank everyone for being here. And I'm really looking forward, like Representative Granning said, for this to be a first step in protecting the privacy of our Vermonters. And we have so much more work to do, but I'm so proud of everyone here. Thank you. And free ice cream.